Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway is actually happening this weekend. UFC 329 sees the return of the Mac. It's absolutely insane. We are going to see McGregor back in the octagon after 5 years. And look, a lot of people only know Conor McGregor. Some people aren't UFC fans. Some people are casual UFC fans. They really resonate with McGregor. They see McGregor above everybody else, and maybe he's not that. As the actual UFC fans, we know that he's not in that top 5, top 10 range, but I feel like people have started to underrate or forget who Conor McGregor was. We think about the big name, you think about the Floyd fight, maybe the Khabib fight, the biggest fights of his career where it didn't go his way, but this guy is the biggest name for a fucking reason, man. This guy, in my opinion, was truly the pound-for-pound #1 at one point in his UFC career. This guy was at the pinnacle of the sport. He reinvented what mixed martial arts was. He set striking above everything. He outstruck everybody. Jose Aldo was a pound-for-pound #1 fighter, was undefeated in a decade, and he came in and starched him in 13 seconds. I know it gets talked about. I'm not acting like I'm bringing this new information to you, but how insane is that? 13 seconds. Could you imagine any title fight now ending in 13 seconds? It would be the talk of the town, the craziest thing that's ever happened. McGregor gone and done it. McGregor went from 145 straight to 170, back down to 155. Nobody does that. We talk about the triple championship era, and sure, Nate Diaz, he won one, he lost one. Nate Diaz was not a welterweight top guy at the time, or really ever. McGregor going to 170, dropping him time after time after time again, getting the win in the second fight, dogging it out, and then after that, putting on what is the greatest performance in UFC history. Conor McGregor owns the greatest win of all time, unarguably. The pound-for-pound #1 out in 13 seconds, the greatest win of all time, and the greatest performance in UFC history. Nobody has dissected their opponent so surgically as to how Conor McGregor did Eddie Alvarez at 205. It's the greatest MMA sporting achievement you will ever see. It was better than anybody's prime. So, yeah, when you talk about him in these greatness discussions, is he top 10? Is he top 20? Is he top 30? Say whatever you want. Prime for prime, this guy is undoubtedly a top 5 UFC fighter of all time. Sure, he's not the most well-rounded. Sure, he's striking heavy, and sure, grapplers are giving him tough times. And sure, even when he got later on in his career, which is 5 years ago now, and he's coming back, he wasn't the same striker. Dustin Poirier got him out of there. Prime Conor McGregor is known as Conor McGregor, the saviour of the sport, for a reason. He's the biggest name because he was the best in the world. And people, it's not that they don't remember that or don't respect that. And we have to move on. That was literally a decade ago now. This guy, he was 7-0 to start his UFC career. Starching Jose Aldo, starching Chad Mendes, starching Dustin Poirier, outclassing Max Holloway. This guy has elite wins. Respect the guy. Look, all of sports is a what have you done for me lately argument, and Conor McGregor self-admittedly went off the rails. He will never be the same. We're not going to get the same Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. Listen, he could make a true believer out of me and go out and starch him, but even if he doesn't, even if he goes out sad, it's this time, it's this week where we remember greatness. Remember what Conor McGregor was. Not just for the sport in the terms of how he lifted it, but the actual fighter that he was. The way he would clip people, the way he would float, the way he would slip shots and land vicious combinations at angles we have never seen before and we haven't seen since. Nobody cuts up and dissects their opponent on the feet the way Conor McGregor has done, ever. Even round 1 versus Dustin Poirier, the angles that this guy shoots off of the southpaw stance, the shovel hook, the left hand over it, the slipping over shots and countering straight away. This guy is revolutionary. If there was a Conor McGregor coming up now, he would be revolutionary. That's how dynamic this guy's striking was. You know, fighting's about consistency, your wins and your losses. And sure, the guy's got losses and he lacks consistency, but his wins, My word, they supersede everybody in the sport. You know, thinking about Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria, how great of a win that was. I posted it on my live chat the other day. Is that the greatest win of all time? And the obvious answer is no, because 13 seconds. First shot, out, headshot, dead. Pound for pound, what? There is no king, yeah? I'm the fucking king. That Mac Daddy is back. He's back, and I only get to say this one time. I have seen very few Conor McGregor fights live, alright? I'm a young fan, as a lot of fans are. Not a lot of us got to see Prime McGregor live on pay-per-view, and for the people who did, you are lucky. That's like Prime Mike Tyson. It's like seeing Ali back in the day. This is a special feat. We've got Conor McGregor. For all, he's a massive underdog, and he should get worked. Conor McGregor going into a fight in a UFC main event with some hope. With some hope, we're never going to see that again. We are never going to see that again. Embrace it, man. This guy has come through the trenches. We talk about Tyson Fury, right? Listen, he got a big old belly. He admittedly did a lot of drugs. The only difference is Conor didn't get a big belly. Instead, he shot up. He did a couple of and yeah, he didn't look as fat as Tyson Fury, but he was certainly in a similar mental state. Now, Tyson Fury went on to become the heavyweight champion once again. I'm not saying that that's in Conor McGregor's career cards, but to even get to a point where he looks healthy and ready on fight week, wow. Conor Glaze, wow, yes, this is 50% of the people that know the sport know it because of Conor McGregor, and that's a conservative statistic. It's probably more like 70%. This guy is your fans' favourite. You know, we just saw the aura of Ilia Topuria come sinking down. All the clips before, the funeral he had for Justin Gaethje, the rose, the cross outline on his arm. He was massively aura farming, and for a long time, it went well. But who does everyone compare him to? Conor McGregor, the originator. The guy oozed aura. It was heaps and bounds full. Walking out to the foggy dew with Sinead O'Connor in the background on his way to slime out Chad Mendes. The world tour with Jose Aldo, where he verbally destroys him, beats the pound for pound #1 before they even fight. The walkout, the Billy strut, the aura in the octagon, the calm. You've never seen a fighter fight as calm as Conor McGregor does. Everybody tries to emulate that. You go to any sort of sensei or guru or gym. What do they try and make you do? Fight calm. Fight relaxed with your eyes open. This guy, on a martial arting level, is one of the masters of the game. He's certainly on the Mount Rushmore of UFC, but in essences of martial arts, the ability to hone a martial art and decompose your opponent, nobody's done it quite like McGregor, especially in the UFC, but in combat sports as a whole. So we're going to see him Saturday night, all right? That is the absolute pinnacle, the main event. That's what we all came to see. I would implore you to go and watch that fight. But before you do, before the hype's over, or even potentially that hype's just begun, go back and watch his best hits, because they're unbelievable start to finish. The aura, the calmness, the way he walks forward, the power in his hands. We talk about heavy-hitting UFC fighters. It looks like he's not even trying. He's just placing it on their chin and they fall. It's the best watch of any UFC fighter ever. This guy is prime for prime, one of the best to ever do it. And striking-wise, at his peak, the best to ever do it. So if you enjoyed this absolute glaze fest of Conor McGregor, which in my opinion on a martial arting level he absolutely deserves for this week and potentially this week only, thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe for more.